Hello.
Hey,
How is it?
Fine.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, mommy.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. Second image. I'm here finally. I've been hearing the name for a while, and I think that people are also hearing the name second image and all of that. But before we start the show, who is Madam Niiki Amponsem?
Niiki is just a simple young woman trying to survive in Ghana, doing her own business.
Second Image International and Skills College. How did it start? What inspired this whole thing?
Okay, before I came to Ghana to establish, I already had like a clinic in London. And so when I came, I had my own ideas of starting a beauty and slimming clinic. But when I came to Ghana, it was a different sort of, the clientele was different and everybody. And so I had to quickly change my strategy to suit Ghana. At the time, we had women who were like trying to lose some weight. Or I advised them to lose some weight because being fat wasn't very fashionable to somebody coming from, the western side. But in Ghana at that time, it was like a sign of affluence and all that. But then, so I zoomed in on the slimming aspect of the business for a while before I set up the college.
And what year did you set up the college?
Officially, I would say in the 90s, late 90s, yes.
And how many students did you start with?
6.
Oh, and now you've trained over how many students?
Thousands.
I think it has been a long journey.
Yes.
There will be ups and downs and a lot of challenges. What are some of the challenges you encountered throughout this process?
I'm still encountering challenges with the COVID and all that. But then initially, it was strange to Ghanaians that I wanted to set up like a school for training girls in beauty and all that. But at that time, the apprenticeship was in vogue, so it was different. It wasn't very easy because nobody was taking me serious, including my own parents, because they thought, we sent you abroad, you came back, and what are you doing and all that. But then within the shortest time, with determination and my passion for what I was doing, I was able to get into the system. And then this is how far it has brought me.
How were you able to penetrate through other African countries? Because I realized that you have foreign students here in your school in Ghana. So how did you penetrate? Or do you have campuses outside Ghana?
No.
It's just here in Ghana?
Yes, what happens, I realized that 1 or 2 people came. And then with some adverts, we were able to send the name abroad. And because we were very few at that time, 1 or 2, it was easy to market ourselves in different areas. We did some television work and all that. I used to go on the television a lot to try to convince people how to take care of their skin, how to look good and all that. So through that, we got students. And at that time, some students were already in Ghana learning. I remember my first foreign students were in Ghana to learn English and all that. But then they decided to do something else. We even had ambassadors' wives who were in Ghana and not doing anything, and they wanted to study something. So we had variety from all places. Even we had people who came from Europe, sent their kids to come and study in Ghana and go back.
What are some of the things or courses that you study here? Is it just beauty with regards to hair, skin, or the other things that you do?
That is the final output. But to get that far, you need to do a lot of science. So for me, I believe that if you're not good at science, you definitely fail. There are certain subjects, certain areas in the courses that without that background, you can just apply and go. But then if you really want to get into it as a career, then it means you need to be very, you have to know your sciences, the human anatomy, you need to know some chemistry because of the products that you'll be using, you need to know physics because of some electricals equipment that you need. So it means a combination of it. You need to be smart and not just application. Now I see a lot of people doing like makeup. And then people look at you and they think you are just applying.
What makes second image?
Oh, with second image, we don't compromise with quality. What we do is that we stick to the books and we give international standards. Because we believe that most of our students might not even be working in Ghana and they will have to go abroad to work. And then we don't want them to go there and not, they'll be deficient in something that they needed to know. So we give them exactly the same standard as, like what they would do in the UK or in America. So they go out there and they flourish at once.
Okay. What are some of the achievements that the school has made since its inception?
Oh, a lot. Because I think for me, without bragging, I can say I'm one of the best. Because being behind second image, and then with my practice and exposure, I'm able to monitor what goes on in my school and make sure that everybody who comes here does what they are supposed to do. We counsel, we make sure it's interesting. Actually, I do work with my two sons. You see, my two sons, they were abroad, they came back to assist. So it's a family, and then whoever comes in to work with us becomes one of the family. And then we've been able to change the minds of a lot of young ladies and some few men who have come across the image.
Let's hear from some of the past students who have been a part of this great institution. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Constance Afo. I'm a past student of Second Image and a past staff and currently a contract staff. I was trained in Second Image around 2001. I completed in 2003, and on completion I had employment here. I worked with Madam Niiki for almost 12 years, and I have my own business now, and I'm also consulting with Second Image at the moment. I want to say it's a place that when you find yourself getting the opportunity, being trained, you are not only trained for the outside world, but you are also empowered to succeed no matter what. You definitely succeed in whatever business that you choose to do in the field of the business industry or the beauty industry, because it has a lot of branches. Yes, it has a lot of branches. In fact, working in Second Image was very, very challenging. If you are somebody that is not ready to learn, trust me, you won't see top. Let me just borrow that word. So every time you need to be learning on the job, studying and upgrading yourself day to day. She's a very wonderful woman. She's a mother to us. We all call her Auntie Niiki, Mommy Niiki, Mommy. That's how we used to call her, or we still call her by that name. She's a very wonderful woman, and you can actually go to her anytime, whenever you have any problem, personally, generally, as a family relationship, anything. She will open his arms and advise you.
I am Gloria Mawa. I'm a Congolese. I'm from Congo Brazzaville, and I've been a student of Second Image. As you know, in French-speaking countries, we don't really have schools where they train people on skills. Basically, people learn in the streets or in salons. But then when I came to Ghana, basically in Second Image, I got to receive the best training, because we're just not focused on the skills side, but also the attitude towards work. So I would recommend Second Image, and also Auntie Niiki as being the person who was always pushing. When I met her for the first time, I was just like, can a woman speak boldly this way and push people so hard to work? So this is the first thing that, because normally I was supposed to be a medical student, I was supposed to go to medical school, but then later when I got to understand everything about this course and what we do, I was into it. Donc, comme je disais, je viens du Congo-Brazzaville, mais bon, vous savez, au Congo-Brazzaville, c'est plus dans les rues, c'est plus dans les marchés, mais ici, c'est à l'école. Et on apprend pas seulement le travail à la main, mais aussi l'attitude et le comportement sur le terrain. Donc, je vous recommande Second Image et aussi tout son personnel pour ce qui se passe ici. Merci beaucoup.
Are you planning a trip? Or you're going for a holiday with a lot of destinations all over the world? Just decide on where you want to go, and see Rhine Travels will take you there. We offer UAE visa, air ticketing, tour packages, hotel reservations, corporate travels, and many more. You can contact Rhine Travels on 0264 623 091 or 0302 408067. You can email Rhine Travels at c.rhinetravels@gmail.com. Rhine Travels. You pack, we plan.
Welcome back from the break. This is the Noble Woman Show. The show is brought to you by Rhine Travels. If you need anything in regards to traveling, your ticketing, your visa, and anything that you want when you want to travel, you can contact Rhine Travels on 0264 623 091. 0264 623 091. People have the perception that when you come to a school that has got to do with skill acquisition, or a school like this that's got to acquiring a skill or trying to do something with your hands and all of that, it means that you're a school dropout or you are not academically good. So these are the kind of places you should be. What would you have to say about that?
It's unfortunate because I believe that the best you come here, because going to the university, I'm not against going to the university, but going to the university to do academics is easier than coming here. Is it? Because yes, it is. Because over here, as I said earlier, you need to have your sciences and everything in place. Academically, you need to be smart. Sometimes we get, we have different levels of courses. Those who are not very smart, it means they can't go beyond the basic. But then we have up to the top, where you can be like a medical assistant, trying to, maybe a medical assistant with a doctor who is treating skin and all that, plastic surgery and all that. So it means, or like a physiotherapist, dealing with stroke patients and all that. But then you need to go to the next level. But if you are not able to do your sciences and pass your science, it means you will just be someone who will be applying, like makeup, doing nails and all that. But then you need to go beyond that, because you need to treat skin. We use electrical equipment to make sure your skin is looking good. You make sure that you are not getting wrinkles. We treat those who are even trying to damage their skin voluntarily and all that. So it means you can do a lot for people over here. You see, when we say massage, then people panic that it's erotic, but the massage is a therapeutic thing that I think if anyone can afford it, they should even be doing it once a week, because that is the only way you can let your blood flow completely in the body, so that you don't miss certain areas, because we don't move enough, we don't do that. So when you come, and then we counsel you, you're able to even prepare diets for people who are not eating well and all that. So there's a lot to learn, but it seems people actually zoom in on the topical aspect of it, where people are applying makeup and all that, and they think that is all. But then we have a therapy aspect of the course where we wish those who are very smart will get involved, and then we can actually expand the courses so that people benefit from it. So those who are in a hurry to go to the university might want to use their hands to do all kinds of things. Over here we also have a fashion college where it is not a seamstress college. You need to design, you need to be innovative, you need to get your own niche, be able to create and do something for yourself, you see. So it's an individual and where you come. Of course, a lot of people will say, I want to sew. But sewing is not fashion design because you have to create not only clothes, you can do shoes, you can do all kinds of things using. So there is a market out there where we are not touching at all because people are in a hurry to do the easier ones and get out of it. But we wish people would know what they need to do. And then a lot of people have talents and they are wasting.
Can you give me a 2-minute lecture on skin?
Oh yeah, skin is the outer covering of the body. And then it doesn't grow from outside by applying so many things. It grows from within. Your lifestyle, the food you eat, the medications you take and all that it affects your skin. So skin grows from within. So when you're advised to drink a lot of water and not smoke, not drink too much and all that, because it affects the blood. And once the blood is not too pure, it starts showing on the skin. So what you eat, what you drink, your lifestyle and everything affects how you grow your skin.
Okay, so the application of makeup and bleaching cream, is there a difference between a bleaching cream and a toning cream? Is there a difference? Because they write it on them.
It is the same. It's just that.
Is it branding?
No, it's like, definitely, if an educated person is bleaching, she wouldn't open her mouth and say, I'm bleaching. She said, oh, I'm just toning the skin. But there are different levels of bleaching. You can tone, which is a minor part of it. But then at the end of the day, you definitely develop to the bigger one, which will be bleaching.
Okay, so as you said, when you apply certain things, when you're giving the lecture, applying certain things to the skin, which are not good for it, can damage it.
Yes, it
So
has
application of too much makeup and too much skin creams.
everything that is not natural. You see, the skin has its own resident bacteria that it deals with. The skin has a mantle, a natural acid mantle that keeps it clean and makes sure that it stays healthy and everything. Immediately you start using products with chemicals in it and all that, it means you disturb it. So it means the skin can't look after itself again. So now we have to depend on all kinds of things.
So is it good to use facial cleansers?
Yes, it's to remove, you see, the facial cleanser is to remove all these chemicals you have put on your face and then wash your face. Yes. So it means if you do use eyeshadow and things, don't think that just soap and water is going to clean it. You need to get a special eye makeup remover, making sure that all the makeup has been removed. Then wash your face. And even as you go, you don't want to use ordinary bathing soap to wash your face. You need to use like a soapless soap where you wash and it wouldn't leave a residue on the skin for you to have adverse effects, especially in the tropics where we are. Because what happens is that we go out there and then the sun is hitting us. Anything on the skin will react by giving you a pigmentation. You get like a black, the skin goes browner as you go into the sun if there's a damage.
Okay. You are an African woman doing well for yourself.
Yep.
And I would say you are a businesswoman because you are an entrepreneur doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that an African woman has a place in Ghana?
I think every Ghanaian woman is an entrepreneur. It's an inbuilt thing because you find that people will be preparing meat pie. You see the levels. People preparing meat pie, tabletop things, little kiosks, selling little things. It's the beginning of entrepreneurship. If they are educated well, they are given the correct education on how to do business, you find out that they will grow from the tabletop to maybe factories with the right skills. But then because they don't know any better, they stay on the tabletop, do a little bit of, kiosk, and maybe boutique and all that. But then they can all grow into big business women if they are put together and trained about entrepreneurship to know what to do with it. Over here, we do entrepreneurship as a must with your course. So you find out that most of our students don't go out looking for jobs. They end up setting up their own businesses smaller, and as they go along, they get bigger and all that, which is the best thing to do for this kind of economy we are in because there are no jobs. So you need to be able to create something yourself. I think we should emphasize that, those who are, in the business, the government aspect of business, they should try as much as possible not to underrate women and think we have, there's a limitation. Once you train them, you'll be surprised what comes out of it. Look, way back, those women who were in Mokola doing, selling clothes and all those things, they were the magnets in Ghana because they were able to do big business and they were the richest women with, they had big houses and all that. Up to now, some of them are alive and some of them have children who are following their mother's footsteps. So I believe that every woman, especially the African woman, once they are able to maneuver home work, domestic work, do this and all that, it's amazing what they can do. You see, when you wake up in the morning, say around 4 o'clock, you see how the African woman or the Ghanaian woman is moving around already, trying to get ready to go to work. At the same time, she has to prepare her kids to go to school, make sure her husband is okay, make sure, get to her business place and all that. So I believe it's a training. So we need to educate people how to sustain businesses, how to grow businesses, and we'll see the best out of Ghanaian women.
You're an African woman who's doing well for herself, so I can see you're basically a businesswoman. Why do you think an African woman should do well for herself? Because in our African setting, we usually believe that a woman is supposed to get married, have children, stay home, or be with a man, or stay home and succumb or depend on a man. So you are doing something for yourself and you have been successful with it. So why do you think every African woman should do something for herself?
What you said could have been accepted like some years back, but now most African women have become very wise, because even being married to the richest man has no guarantee that it will be there always. And then for self-esteem, I think every African woman should, even if she's not earning enough, she should go out and earn something just for her own, for the love of herself. Because I realized that a lot of people have been abused by family, spouses and all that because they are not earning. And then when you are not earning, somehow your self-esteem is so low that it doesn't even allow you to train your children properly, because they are watching you and they are thinking that, why is my mom, being, she doesn't have anything to say for herself. She's not even, because at the end of the day, you the mother, you are the one training your children. If you are not able to be strong enough as an African woman to train your children, especially the female ones, that don't go looking for like rich man to marry, but because you go to the same schools, you have the same opportunity as any male child. So it means you can even come out and even do better. So it depends on the house you come from. Recently you've seen some female children who have come out and they've come out very strong, that everybody is admiring. But it is because somebody pushed them to become what they are. So I believe that parents, especially African women who have kids, you shouldn't say this one is a girl child, this one is a male child, and treat them differently. I think every African woman should be very strong. Even if it's a penny you are earning, it gives you that, that confidence that you are also doing something for yourself. Because you can't go every day, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. You irritate someone. Even assuming if you have a child and she's always coming to you or he is coming to you, the person becomes like a nuisance. You see, so you don't want to become a nuisance. So every opportunity that any woman gets, learn something for yourself.
Besides the college as an institution that you run, what else do you do?
Okay, what we do is that we groom. It's part of our lesson that we make sure that you are looking good and feeling good. So we groom head to toe to change your image. These are some of the name second image. This is how, because we need to change your image. We need to give you a career. We need to empower you. So we change your image totally. But then the most important thing is that when you tell people not to use products that could harm their skin and everything, then they come back to you and say that I didn't know what to buy, so I went there and then I got the wrong product. They come with all kinds of bags, with all kinds of expensive products. So we decided to formulate our own products, in-house products, where we recommend products to use, and most of them are naturally based products that we believe people wouldn't react to.
But are they for all skin types or specific?
We have some that are specific for some skin types, and then, but generally we try to do all skin types, because you see, if you have good skin, you are able to use an all skin type product and just maintain it. But the skin itself will look after itself, you see. The skin will look after itself, yes.
This is some of your product, and this is some of your product here.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about
Okay, we have an alata gel. The alata gel is like a alata soap, where, you know, I know a lot of people want to use alata soap to take their bath. Apart from those who do, you know, they try to add all kinds of things to it. It's a good product, but ours is especially good because we don't use like the plantain leaves and all that. We use cocoa husk.
Okay.
So we try to use cocoa husk, add a little bit of, you know, a lot of people complain that the alata soap dries up the skin. So we have glycerols in it, which means it is moisturizing a bit. So it doesn't, when you finish taking your bath, it doesn't go very dry and, you know, itchy. So we have the alata gel. We have the soapless soap I talked about. So for a cleanser, instead of using ordinary soap to wash your face, we have a liquid cleanser where formulated for the black skin to remove the dead skin from the skin. So your skin is left very clean. We have cocoa butter and then shea butter products. That also has been formulated because people believe that if you use these products and you are fair, you get darker. So we have put in SPFs where we have like a sun protected protection factor in it. So it means it's like a sunscreen so that it doesn't get you. So you can make all our products, nothing here bleaches.
Okay.
Nothing here will change your color. I am not saying this is going to change your color, but this is going to maintain your healthy skin for good. And then we have like the tonics, where if you say wash your face and you want to remove any excess soap that is left, we have the rose water, we have the witch hazel for different skin types.
You're doing so much for yourself, you're doing so well for yourself. And I think there will be a woman or a young lady out there who's looking up to you. What would be your advice to such a person?
My first advice and only advice is that you have to look for what you love doing. And if you have a passion for that, it means the sky is the limit. Because you see, if you go chasing for money from the beginning, you might be doing something that you see somebody doing a particular thing, you say, oh, this person is making money, then you chase it. Along the way, because it is not your passion, it won't work. But if you are doing something that is your passion, initially it might not bring money, but because you persevere and it's your passion, definitely you'll be successful in it. So everybody should look for their talents and work seriously at it.
Everybody should look for their talent and work seriously at it. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
It's a pleasure.
It's been a beautiful moment here today on the Noble Woman Show.